More breaking news coming in. The Supreme Court has asked the petitioner in the Sandeshkhali violence case to approach the Calcutta High Court. Now, several times, the Supreme Court has asked the petitioner not to compare Sandeshkhali to the situation in Manipur. The Supreme Court has granted the petitioner liberty to approach the Calcutta High Court in this case. So that is the piece of breaking news that's coming in. When it comes to the battle of optics surrounding the Sandeshkhali issue, what we are learning is that the Supreme Court has told the petitioner not to compare the situation in Sandeshkhali to that in Manipur. This is the plea before the Supreme Court to move the investigation outside the state of West Bengal. This is also coming as the National Commission for Women chief is also in Sandeshkhali, who has called for president's rule in the state, citing the situation on the ground. And what now we are learning is that the Supreme Court, in this entire battle of optics, the observation which will clearly be weaponized by the Trinamool Congress is that don't compare the Sandeshkhali violence to the situation in Manipur, is what the Supreme Court has told the petitioners. At the same time, the Supreme Court has granted the petitioners liberty to approach the Calcutta High Court. That is the piece of news that's coming in when it comes to the war of words between the BJP and the TMC over the situation in Sandeshkhali. The Supreme Court saying, don't compare what's happening in Sandeshkhali to the situation in Manipur. I'm joined by my colleague Ananya Bhatnagar, who's getting us this piece of breaking news. Ananya, decode this observation of the Supreme Court coming in when it says don't compare the situation in Sandeshkhali to that in Manipur.
Well, definitely the Supreme Court constantly going on to say that, the situation in Manipur cannot be, compared with what had happened in Sandeshkhali is what the observation of Justice B.V. Nagaratna was. However, we have to see and note one important facet that, this matter is already before the Calcutta High Court. The Calcutta High Court had taken suo motu cognizance in this particular case, and it is to hear that particular matter. However, Mr. Alok Srivastava constantly tried to persuade the court that, this is a matter that needs to be taken up by the Supreme Court, because there is a clear direction that only the Supreme Court can give with regards to transferring of the trial out of that particular state. So the Supreme Court was of the view that, somewhere or the other, the petitioner should actually go and approach the Calcutta High Court, and there he should actually seek that particular relief. However, the relief that he had been seeking from the topmost of the country was not granted. He was asked and granted liberty to actually approach the Calcutta High Court. How much of it does it play up before the Calcutta High Court is something that we'll have to wait and watch for. But a strong observation that Sandeshkhali is not similar to Manipur is something that is a little concerning when it comes to this petitioner, because he will now have to go before the Calcutta High Court with these prayers. Will that be granted or not is something that we'll only get to know when a matter is heard by the Calcutta High Court itself.
Right, but at the same time, Ananya, the TMC, as I was pointing out, already weaponizing this observation coming in from the Supreme Court, because Manipur has been that point of attack of the TMC against the BJP. And Mahua Moita has already tweeted, the Supreme Court says Sandeshkhali cannot be compared to Manipur. Lawyer forced to withdraw plea, seeking probe. BJP's propaganda machine slightly out of gear today is the pitch that is coming from the TMC camp. So in the battle of optics, even though the legal modalities need to be played out before the court, in the battle of optics, the TMC seems to have claimed a win over here. And more breaking news.